Welcome to Game. Hey guys, and welcome to GTLive.
Where we're starting early today.
Starting
by only
early.
5 minutes. By that we mean only 5 minutes late.
Yeah, by starting early we mean 5 minutes late, which in the end averages out to be right on time.
Hey!
Hey yo! Welcome to GTLive Wednesday edition.
Right in the middle of the week.
Smack dab in the middly-do.
It's like the awkward middle child of the work week.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Poor Wednesday.
Poor Wednesday.
The red-headed stepchild of the week.
There's nothing wrong with red hair occasionally.
Nothing wrong with it. However, I'm just saying it's a turn of phrase, Stephanie.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Indeed, it is fair. Hey, so today is a very special day.
It is.
It's a very
you
special
guys,
day.
it's so special.
Because today marks the 7-year anniversary of game theory.
That's right. 7 years ago today, there was an episode of Game Theory released.
The first, in fact.
The first.
That's how anniversaries work.
Are we counting from
Chrono Trigger episode 1.
Trigger episode 1. Okay.
Episode 1
So
Chrono
this
Trigger.
was pre Game Theory on YouTube. Thank you.
It was on YouTube as well as Blip TV,
Yeah.
as well as ScrewAttack.com, as well as GameTrailers.com.
There was a wide net that was cast with that
I put this
episode.
show everywhere. Because, you put it everywhere. Blip TV. Back in the day, YouTube wasn't the place where you put videos to make money. Blip TV was where you put your videos to make money.
They
to
monetized
get,
like
30
crazy
bucks.
bonkers. Yeah, like
Crazy bonkers, like 30 bucks. And
Yeah.
it was for like
That was a
couple
nice,
views.
nice
it was great.
lunch.
That was good. It was like, yeah. So, 7 years ago today was the first episode of GT Live. Nope. Of Game Theory on Chrono Trigger time travel, which actually went through no less than 3 different script revisions, too.
It's true. There were a lot of script revisions and a lot of there was a lot of painstaking effort that went into that first one. You were really nervous about it, I remember.
I'm
so
still
nervous.
nervous about him to this day.
I know, right?
Maybe even more so now.
Yeah, it was made in like a one-room apartment in New York. And I remember, was it the first episode or the second episode where we went out to buy your very first microphone?
Oh no, that was definitely the second episode.
That was the second episode. Okay, so this was done on the audio like built into the computer, recorded in an apartment. I don't even know if you were in the closet at that point.
Oh, I was definitely in the closet.
Okay.
I started this show in the closet.
We only had the one closet, so I didn't know if you had cleared out the space in there.
I shoved myself into that closet. Like, I forced myself into that closet.
Fair enough. And
just crammed my body in there. I mean, this was back in the day, like, literally, I was like this,
there wasn't
the side
a lot
view
of
of the
room
closet.
in that
And
closet.
so I had to prop the computer between like my chest
right.
and my upper body here, and it was like
that.
here, and I'd be like, "Hello, internet." Actually, back then it was like, "Hello, internet. Welcome to game theory. Your tangential learning experience."
Yeah, gaming's tangential learning experience. Oof.
Man, talk about your quality taglines there.
Oh yeah, that was great.
We've come a long way. But no, so 7 years ago today, that's what happened.
Yep, and we put
that's
together.
That's not counting the promo. The promo was in the works to begin with.
Yeah,
but
the promo was a little bit earlier, but we had been talking about
the
logo design, show colors.
The show that almost became like a literature review.
Oof, it did. It did.
The first
there was
ever
almost
episode,
like an appendix of textbooks.
No,
and all
it was.
sorts
The
of
first
stuff.
ever episode was literally the first ever draft of Game Theory as a script was, hey, Chrono Trigger's about time travel. Here's a book you can read about time travel. Here is a light summary of time travel research.
Yeah, it was.
Time travel and Chrono Trigger.
Ta-da.
Bye. Yeah, it was it. It was this is a topic that is talked about in a game. Let's talk about that topic.
If you want to learn more about it, don't watch this show. Go read these books.
I mean, it was like, I will introduce you to the topic. Here's how you can go deeper. That's it. Like, there was no game talk whatsoever.
None at all.
Stephanie and some of my friends back in the day was like, hey, you should probably talk more about the game and, like, infuse it more.
Crazy.
And thus, like, drafts 2 and 3 worked more and more into that. And so that's where it became. That's how the whole thing came to be. And over the years, it's just kind of, it's kind of fluctuated in how much, gameplay talk it is, but it's always trying to, like, weave some level of education with some level of game talk.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today. And also today, I was pointing into the wrong corner. Pointing into the wrong corner. There it is.
There we go.
We are so, and we lost a subscriber. We are so
whoever
close.
That was.
And he inched back.
God.
No, we are so close.
Oh, he's doing the unsub resub thing.
We are so
totally.
and we lost another one.
We're
falling backwards.
No.
We are so close to crossing 10 million subscribers. We are less than 5,000 away at this 4,500, which is insane.
It is so close.
I don't think we'll probably be able to do it on the live stream because 5,000. Oh no, and we're losing them at a fast rate.
Oh, man.
This is bad. The live stream is killing us.
Oh jeez.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh no, the live stream really we lost a bunch there. That's weird.
Right.
Well, this is good education. Wow, we're really losing a bunch. Huzzah! Maybe we should. Oh no! What the heck? This is. Oh no!
It's still going down.
I think your audience is trolling you.
I think they are. I think that's what they're doing. I think they're unsubscribing and resubscribing.
Well, remember what I was about to say about I don't think we're going to hit it on the live stream.
We're definitely not. We may hit 9 million on the live stream, actually.
Oh no! It's the game theory is over party.
It's back
This
up.
This is why everyone around the, everyone here has been like, oh man, we're gonna cross, and I'm like, don't cross here, don't count your chickens before. And now we're down like 200.
Everybody's just trolling us. All right.
Let's remove this from
guys.
the screen. That was less helpful.
Thanks, we appreciate it,
goodbye.
everybody.
Goodbye, Counter-Stream. No.
God.
That was sad and tragic.
All right. Well, you guys just ruined our day with that one. Fine.
Man, well, I thought we were gonna celebrate, maybe potentially cross. Like we were like, there's a slim chance, very slim chance.
It's been looking great all day, but if everyone's just gonna do that, that's no fun.
Yeah, that was.
All right, fine.
That was a bummer. So that disappeared. Hey, so anyway, to celebrate all these anniversaries and things that are going on around the channel, what better way to do it than by blowing out some candles? Chris found a game that no one cares about called Candleman.
Great.
That's what we're playing today.
Sweet.
It's about candles. It's a puzzle game about candles. So I hear the art style's great. And you know what that means?
Oh, literally.
No one watches this live stream.
Right. So yeah, you can actually see when we went. I'm watching the online the counter thing on Social Blade. You can see when we pulled up the counter how everyone started trolling us and it started dipping. It's actually back up now.
Wow, we did bounce back up.
Yeah, it did. It was everyone trolling us.
That makes me feel slightly better.
Thanks, you guys.
No, take it. No,
it doesn't make me feel better. I can't hide digital
objects.
Just take it off. Clearly, people are being mean about it.
People don't want to celebrate our anniversary together. We're so close to getting that paperweight, though, guys. What?
Sweet.
I'm so excited.
I know, but I think we should stop talking about it because everybody's being mean.
In all honesty,
Let's just play the game.
I gotta say, like, I never thought that we would hit 10 million subscribers.
Well, we haven't, so you can continue to think that.
I'm just saying. I never thought we'd get this close. Anyway, so Candleman, it's a game that may or may not be fun. Who knows? Come play with us.
All right, let's do it, you guys.
Okay, here, GTLive, it's a thing.
Yep. Engage with us in the chat.
Enough story time.
Also on Twitter using hashtag GTLive. Send your anniversary memories of game theory. We will try and share some embarrassing moments of our own from the last 7 years.
Because Lord knows
that'll be fun.
This game probably won't have an interesting enough story. Or maybe it will. Maybe Chris found a great game.
I think it'll be fun.
I don't know. It has that artsy fartsy style that Jason is drawn to.
Jason.
That usually means the game is gonna
Jason.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, let's go.
Candleman. Here we go. Chapter 1. Why does the candle burn?
Ooh.
A little candle went to and fro. His tender flame shone through the dark. Alone he wandered the shivering decks. At last he reached the grand iron gate. It felt like it was going to be a poem.
This is not a poem. All right,
Stephanie,
let's go.
Stephanie, it's free verse. It's like the ultimate poem.
You might be right about this game and Jason liking it.
Jason's on vacation, which means we're supposed to play fun games.
I know. Why don't we
like
play
artsy
fun
fartsy
games while Jason's gone?
Okay, a little candle to and fro. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Little candle. So I'm the little
People
candle.
are like, oh, great. I love. This is awesome. You guys were a little bit trolly about the subscriber thing, but I do appreciate you sharing your embarrassing moments. The one that's popping up immediately and with a lot of frequency is boob episode.
No
People
wonder
are just
everyone
like
misses
boob
old game
episode.
theory.
I know. Game theory used to be so good with the boob episode.
We did a penis episode, guys.
I know, it balanced it out.
Why is it? No, I don't see anyone's enthusiasm about the penis episode.
Right?
Oh, look.
He looks at himself curiously and says, "Why do I burn?"
We have an existential candle, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
Artsy fartsy game. He doesn't have eyes. He doesn't have effing eyes. How's he looking at himself? Get out of here, art game. I like that we have this just utter distaste towards art games at this point. Ooh.
Whoa. Are you attacking? Are you an attack candle?
Yeah. Attack candle, go.
Can our name be Waxy?
Waxy the attack candle?
Waxy the attack candle.
Okay.
Would you light my candle? Shoot, I used that one up already.
Right.
Oh no. I can only use that one so many times too.
So basically what we got here is what appears to be Little Nightmares without the nightmares.
Right. Dylan Pereira says the boob episode.
Great, thanks.
Nila Dasher says the boob episode.
I'm glad that
you guys are great.
Well, that's because the boob episode was amazing, guys.
I know.
Thank you.
It looks like Little Nightmares, says Rainbow Cat 003, right?
It looks exactly like Little
right in there.
Oh no!
Very nice.
Oh look, he's short.
Man.
No, he only has like 9 candle lives. He's like a cat. I think they confused cats and candles.
Ah, jeez.
Common mistake.
The classic mistake. Cats and candles. The cats and the candles and the silver
This sort of
spoon.
reminds me of Little Nightmares, says Haley Runge. Yep, exactly. Let's
this
see.
is water. If I fall in the water,
Oh my gosh!
does that mean
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh!
die?
Oh my gosh!
Wait!
We did it! We did it!
Wait! Are you kidding me? When did that happen? Ah! See? Yes! The secret is to hide it from the audience.
Oh yeah! Woo!
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, don't show it up on screen. We'll lose like 10,000 subscribers.
They'll drop. We'll just see it going over and under the whole time.
It'll be like the limbo. Or
Somebody screen cap it so that we can send it to YouTube and prove that it happened.
Yeah, it just look, it is. It's at this point, it doesn't matter. It counts.
It counts.
We're safe. We're good.
Safe.
I don't know that. I don't think they retract your play buttons.
No,
maybe.
they can't do
It
that.
has to at least last for the day, though. Right? It's got to last for the day. Otherwise, YouTube's gonna be like, it's over.
Yeah!
That's incredible. Thank you. Seriously. That's huge. Sorry, I need to take a moment to appreciate it as it descends back down to 10 million. As it slowly winds its way back down.
Oh yeah, everyone pulled out their like second and third bot accounts.
Thank you to all our Russian bot hackers out there.
Thank you.
All the people who actually understand Welcome to the Game too. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, game
That makes me
theory.
happy.
Oh, that's so nice.
That makes me happy.
I know, that makes me
Hey,
really
congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, seriously. It's nice.
Matthew wasn't lying when he said we didn't think we would ever actually hit this number.
Like when they revealed the diamond play button, I'm like, because like
we had about 5.5 million subscribers when they first unveiled the very first diamond play button.
And I'm like,
and they gave it to PewDiePie and Smosh.
And I'm like, there's no chance. Like, I don't know, because every show has a lifespan. Every YouTube channel has a rise and fall, and the average is like 4 years.
Yeah.
And that was hitting about like 5 million subscribers. It was maybe a little after. I don't even know. But, you know, you recognize that things kind of rise and fall. And for a channel, I mean, like we said, today is our 7-year anniversary. Like, I have thought the channel would die a lot of times.
We literally had a conversation on the day that we found out that the Diamond Play button came out, and we were like, yeah, I don't think the channel will make it.
I had to be okay with that. Like,
yeah, it's a hard thing to swallow and like to say out loud and talk about and be like, yeah, I'm not sure we'll make it.
Yeah, I mean, because you have to set expectations, right? And as someone who is very achievement oriented and who does, pride himself on like a completionist style thing, like getting the gold play button, I'm like, great, whatever else happens on YouTube, I've gotten all the achievements that you can get on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, to see something that was set so high and to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember you being like kind of just like a bit sad and disappointed
really
that day.
I was really, really sad. Because I'm like, Game Theory will never be the biggest channel on YouTube. I don't pretend that it will be. And that even that is hard for me to swallow, because if I'm doing something, I want to be the best at doing it. I want to be the smartest. I want to be, I want to do it as best as I can, right?
Yeah.
And to that's a large reason why when I was in high school, I'm like, I want to be the valedictorian. Like, I will do what it takes to get there. And, there are, just by the limitations of who we are and what we do and whatever, like, I recognize that. And even that's hard to swallow.
It's hard to swallow on an ongoing, but I mean, that's something that for the entire time that this channel has existed, we have conversations about that maybe every few weeks or something like that.
Honestly.
Because, and one of the things that I was going to say is we've seen a lot of channels hit this kind of milestone so fast,
so easily,
so quickly,
and you know the type, right? Like all of the young channels these days, and like Liza Koshy, great, she deserves it. And then there's other people, and you're like, hey, you person who's kind of sketchy as a human being, like, I don't know. But you see how fast they're able to just like blow past 10 million subscribers like it's nothing. And you're like, do you deserve it? Do you appreciate it? Does it mean something to you? Do you respect the YouTube community?
And maybe that's not our place to judge, right?
But it is. But you do.
But you think
ask
about
the
it.
Question.
you do think about it, and it's one of those things where if it takes a really long time, not that 7 years is a long time, but it's not like it's not crazy or something like that. But
it is a long.
But it is a long time. It's a long time to work for anything. Think about it. It's longer than you'll spend than you've spent in high school. It's longer than you'll spend in college. It's longer than a lot of people spend at most jobs. Like, to spend 7 years at a job is a really long time for for most people now.
Longer than I've ever lived anywhere outside of like my birth home.
Ever.
I mean, honestly, we've never lived in a location longer than
a year.
Than really like
two
years ever since graduating. Longer than in college, longer than we've had Skip, longer than we've been married. I mean, not as long as we've been dating.
Yeah,
or we've been together.
Our relationship predates Game Theory by a long time.
That's the only thing, really, at this point.
That's the only thing that's longer.
And a couple of like my long-term friendships.
Yeah.
But to think that Game Theory is one of those things that has existed that long.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of the longest relationships that I've had.
And it's the longest. It's certainly the longest project that. It's the longest project that you've ever worked on. It's the longest project that we've ever worked on together.
Certainly.
And it's also like going back to the channels I think that reach this kind of milestone really quickly. Our channel has never been the type of channel that's supposed to survive on YouTube. Like, this channel should not survive on YouTube in a lot of,
especially nowadays.
We just said this at VidCon Europe, but we've said it at a lot of events go into the past. Like, if we had it to do over, like, you'd be really tempted, or you'd be like, yes, I'm gonna pick a different format, anything else that's easier to do than Game Theory.
And easier to produce format.
Yeah, because it fundamentally, in a lot of ways, this show is really hard to do on YouTube, which is another reason why it's like this kind of milestone, I feel like, is a big deal, not just for us, but also for a lot of channels who feel like their format does not work with YouTube. We've felt like that for years
at this point. You know, like everything from and I think you guys get it at this point. We sometimes
talk about it.
We sometimes talk about it through Game Theory, through some of the meta theories and things like that. But like, even in the earliest days when I was doing it solo, it was like the reason why we're so fixated on optimization and why we consult other YouTubers and this and that is because even in the earliest days, I could produce one video once a month because of how long it took to edit, how long it took to research, how long it took to script. And so in the early days, I had to figure out how to squeeze every last view out of every upload that I had. And so I would run tests and I would try to like figure out why the system worked the way it did, so that way all that hard work I put into every given episode was maximized, you know, because I didn't want it to just go to waste, because I was so proud of what we were doing and what we were producing that I wanted it to succeed. Again, it goes to that idea of like, you want to be the best at what you're doing and you want to give it as much of a chance at success as possible.
Yeah.
And every time the algorithm has shifted, every time...
Which has been a lot of times in the last 7 years.
And we've had to adjust a lot of times. And, you know, as YouTube has kind of expected people to produce more and more content on more and more trendy topics at faster and faster rates, we've felt the noose tightening around our neck. You know, I mean, that's a morbid way of putting it, but you feel the crunch.
In the way that everybody who's a content creator on YouTube, I think, feels more and more pressure to do more, be more, say more, do more interesting things, compete harder in whatever way that means. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's something we talk about a lot.
And everything from like gaming existing in a weird place on YouTube at this point to, you know, like I said, covering trendier topics, or like if you're not covering the thing that everyone's talking about right now, well then good luck getting views. And so it's one of those things where when your format takes no less than a week to make and comfortably 2 weeks to 3 weeks to make, and it's never comfortable at all, ever. It's never in that range. We're always working at least like with a week, if not less. It's like, you know, being trendy and topical and of the moment is really hard.
It's really hard. And people who are starting new channels totally feel this. And I think it's also something that we've felt, especially over the last year and a half or 2 years, how people say that it's harder to succeed on YouTube, it's harder to stand out. I think we've, even with a big channel, and people, you know, talk to us all the time about like, oh, you already have a big channel, this doesn't like apply to you. I think everyone, no matter what their scale or how long they've been on the platform, has felt that over the last year and a half or even a little bit longer, how it's hard. It's hard. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, and it is, and it's interesting. But anyway, like
cool, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so that's our little moment of retrospective, I guess, and appreciating this, because it was a long time.
There's a lot of tears behind those 10 million subscribers.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
10 million tears and late nights.
There's a lot. No, I mean it is. It's true. Like there's a lot of really high highs and a lot of really low lows. And I mean, and like really low lows. And I think anyone on YouTube, and PewDiePie talked about this like last year or whatever, where it's like, you know, everyone puts their best face forward on YouTube. And, you know, some channels are more able to put, like, here's my happy face, but I'm also going to get really real with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and those videos do really well for them. We're not that channel. Game Theory
just as a format, it's really hard to break the middle of, like, okay, guys, we're going to stop the math equations and I'm going to tell you how depressed I am right now.
Yeah, you know, and when, and it's everything from, like, talking about the hard parts of the format, where like you miss one or two things in an episode, even the most recent Fortnite episode, you calculate, you try to think through everything that would factor into an equation. You know, what's the comment made out of? How far away is it? You know, what equations do I need to cover? And then you forget the like most basic thing of like, oh yeah, and it's gonna gain traction as it falls to Earth via gravity. Yeah. And it's like, damn it! I like you think through so many parts of this process, and then you're like, it's the stupid obvious thing.
And then you're hitting upload and you're like, no, wait, it's gone!
Oh no, that one I didn't catch until the comments called out, certainly. But like, you know, and it's hard because like there are fan bases who just encyclopedia know this stuff, like Persona and things. And so it's like, it's a brutal format to do, and And a lot of times when those mistakes happen, like, you hit super lows and you feel like you've disappointed people and stuff like that. And so, like, there's a lot. And just know that, you know, like, there's a lot of human emotion that goes behind. Like, for as arrogant and overconfident and like, you know, we're game theory and Mario's a sociopath and whatever. Like, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, especially tears, that go on behind the scenes, behind a lot of this stuff. And so to hit this and to hit it with you guys and
to hit it with you guys in the room,
is incredible. But also, like,
there's a lot of people who save us on a regular basis.
But yes, absolutely. But especially to you guys, like, you know, all of these guys, you know, you're all relatively new to this journey, you know, and you're not, certainly. Like, you've been there since day one.
Oldie.
But also a lot of you have been there since day one.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you're in a lot of ways the MVPs of the channel, and so thank you for sticking with us all these years through the algorithm shifts, through the changing content cadences, through how the show and what we do has had to evolve over the years to stay relevant as tastes change and as algorithms change and this and that. So anyway, we'll
be doing some 10 million subscriber special stuff.
It'll take a couple weeks because
this is game theory.
That's how it works. But we've been talking about what we could potentially do if and when we did cross.
We have some cool plans. We have some cool stuff in the works.
But make sure
that you stay tuned in for just regular episodes. There'll be more announcements about it. There's going to be some cool stuff rolling out, and there's going to be some stuff that's specifically centered around crossing 10 million subscribers. Weirdly enough, YouTube, I think, tracks this sort of thing a little bit more closely, because we actually just got an email from them, like, asking about, like, do we want a diamond play button? And we were like, yes.
No, but I think why, honestly, is because they recognize how bad they are at sending out
it took
things.
When Game Theory hit 1 million subscribers, it took 10 months to get the gold play button.
Yeah.
And a full 10 months. And that was when they looked bigger, they looked different, and they used to hand deliver them with like couriers and stuff. It was weird. It's a different world now.
Well, YouTube, the play buttons, I don't think the diamond play button is evolved, but YouTube just revealed that they are changing up the plaques for 100,000 and a million subscribers. Now we gotta get one. Yeah, I know. It means we have to get new ones.
They're not gonna match. Ugh.
But we have every version of the
gold
100,000 and gold. Like, the gold has gone through like 3 subtle changes. Actually.
Yeah, you can see it.
And we have one from Game Theory, the original version. We have one from Film Theory, which is the slightly altered version,
where they use less gold. It's very interesting.
They've been slowly making them cheaper over the years, because they're like, wow, a lot of people are crossing this thing. We gotta make this more cost effective.
Yeah.
And then we have the cheapest version, which is for GTLive, unfortunately.
Poor GTLive.
I know. But so it means we have to try to get these new 100,000 and million. We'll have to launch a new channel or something. But I don't. And now. So anyway, it's cool to have that collection too of like YouTube play buttons over the years.
Yeah.
But
so
anyway.
Hey, high five to you guys. High five. We'll play the game. I guess.
We'll play the game.
We'll play the game. But I was gonna say, you guys, I've already seen in the chat a lot of you guys recounting favorite episodes of Game Theory, favorite moments from Game Theory history, or questions about Game Theory history. I think it would be really fun as you're playing through that. I'm gonna really focus on being in the chat and being on Twitter and reading off some of those, because I think that'd be a fun thing to do today.
Trust me, the existential crisis of the candle and why he burns.
It'll be okay.
It's gonna be okay if we overlook that a little bit. I'm gonna go around, light some candles. Let's get lit, fam.
Yeah, let's.
Let's talk about Game Theory.
All right.
For a little bit. And I'm gonna wander around as this candle.
All right, I'm gonna pick out some fun memories, stories, and questions from you guys, and we'll do that. Let's see. John Reynolds says, "Is this Game Theory?"
You can take out the
not so far.
The thing at this point. We don't need it. Thank you.
Let's see.
Is this game scary? Scary. It does not appear to be.
It does not appear to be scary.
As far as horror goes, a candle losing its light is about as much as you're going to get scared.
Right? I liked the boobs episode, says B Rose. We're still kind of fixated on the boobs episode, to be honest. Just joined, congrats, says, oh really? Doki Doki and Bendy episodes aren't the best. Maybe are the best. I'm not sure.
They might not be the best.
It's a little bit confusing from Julian Bucky, who says Doki Doki and Bendy episodes aren't the best, but there are 5 exclamation points at the end. So I'm thinking it might be R. I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part because I liked those. Let's see.
Oh, I missed 3 candles.
No. All right.
Unacceptable.
All right.
Oh, I think I need to go backwards.
Aslan Griffith says, love you so much. You guys are so cool. Matt Pat is cute. Lucky Steph.
Thanks.
Is the world really going to end today? No, we're just going to cross 10 million today.
No, just the world of Fortnite.
Yeah. I mean, just the meteor. Yeah, with the world. Yeah. Congrats on 10 million. You guys deserve it. Let's see. I love when Mad Pat gets attacked by Skip. Of all the things we've done over the past 7 years, that's the standout, Matthew. I just want you to know.
Hey, you know
Cassie Robinson has identified what has made this channel successful. It's Skip attacking you.
I mean,
I think that's pretty legit.
I agree with that. I think that makes total sense. One of the best pieces of content that we've ever done on the channel is the cat Pat smacking me in the face.
Yeah, funny story.
I think to this day that is one of the best videos.
That video paid for Skip's food for like a year. But maybe not a year, like 6 months. That video paid for Skip's food for like 6 months.
That's true. Because it did really well.
It did so well. It got like millions of views. And we were like, wow,
Skip doesn't eat a lot of food.
Yeah, and Skip's a skinny guy.
You saying that makes it seem like...
It makes it seem like it earned like thousands of dollars. It didn't, but it definitely earned like several $100s.
Yeah,
and we were able to buy like wet and dry cat food for several months off of that. Jose David Marquez Alvarez says, do a website, please. Funny story. Not really funny, just interesting fact, I guess. Game Theory has a website.
Oh,
Theorists.
Yeah,
the Theorist has a website. It's like a businessy website. It's really not interesting at all. There is a live subscriber count on it, but it is not very interesting, to tell you the truth.
But other fun story though is in the earliest days of Game Theory. Maybe not earliest, like maybe year 2.
I think year two going on 3.
I really wanted to do a website.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in the day when gaming-related websites were still super relevant. They were super
You had game
trendy.
trailers. You had Screw Attack. You still have Screw Attack, but like you had a lot of those like really mainstay gaming websites at that point.
But what I wanted to do at the time was I wanted a place where people could submit theories and debate theories and, kind of what the Game Theorist subreddit is now. But that's what I was really looking for. And I kid you not, we had all sorts of stuff mapped out. We had I also wanted to gamify it where you could earn badges and stuff for watching certain episodes.
Oh yeah, we were gonna have this whole system of achievements in there.
For watching certain amounts of the show. Loyalist theorist badges and things like that. So that way you could track progress. It would be fun. It would be gamified. You could submit stuff. It was going to be really cool. I even found a guy who was really good at website building. He had built some of the really famous or really successful websites around that time.
Yeah.
And he just was an utter flake.
Yeah,
that's what it boiled down to.
He would say he was working on it and then he didn't. It was sad.
Yeah, he said he was working on it for the longest time, and I'm like,
that
great,
kind
awesome.
of stuff happens over the years.
We had all sorts of wireframes of the website listed off. I had given him all sorts of notes on how I wanted the thing to look, and then nothing. He just kind of abandoned me.
Yeah.
And so for a while, it looked like we were going to have one. I was so excited about how it would turn out, and then he just kind of left me out to dry, and it was a super bummer.
It didn't work out. Anna McDonald says, I love the puns in Game Theory, even if they are cheesy sometimes. That's true. They are cheesy sometimes.
They are cheesy all the time, friends.
Yeah. Let's see. My favorite is the Mario is a Sociopath episode. It was my first, and I've shown it to a few people, and they all agreed with it. So do I.
Thanks.
That's from Caliber Cheese.
That's sweet. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Right?
I gotta say.
Kindergarten. Kathleen says Kindergarten was her favorite. Was a favorite, anyway. Matt Pat has abandonment issues, says Jenny Genova. Oh, man. Looking into your psyche.
Ooh, go. That's a YouTuber theory right there.
Oh yeah, totally.
That has abandoned.
You could totally analyze all of the problems with YouTubers and all of their like weird hang-ups.
Oh my
gosh. YouTubers have so many issues.
Wow.
Sean Adams says, thank you guys for years of being the best you could be. Love you guys. Hope you have 7 more great years. That would be awesome.
That would make us one of the longest lasting channels. I mean, if we still were getting views 14 years after we start. First off, if YouTube still exists and hasn't imploded on itself.
Right, I know.
By then, if YouTube hasn't completely lost to Twitch at that point.
You know, these stranger things have happened.
Or if YouTube hasn't completely lost to Amazon, of all people. I learned today, I just learned via a tweet.
What?
That,
what did you just learn?
I just learned that the Angry Video Game Nerd, who, I mean, was legitimately one of the pioneers of online video, especially for
oh my
gamers.
gosh, incredible, yeah.
You know, one of the first people that, like, everyone was watching back in the day. Mm-hmm. He actually... this next quote-unquote season of Angry Video Game Nerd is on Amazon.
No way! He did another season?
It's starting now.
Yeah.
Like season 12, episode 1 of Angry Video Game Nerd, which is on Earthbound, is Amazon first, and then next week the episode's on YouTube.
No way!
Isn't that interesting?
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
oh man, I know what
surprised.
we'll be watching tonight.
It's also like an hour-long episode.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. He's always been a really interesting guy because he obviously loves video games and loves nerd culture and really has like a genuine appreciation for that and was one of the fundamental inspirations for game theory. Not with like the cursing and the angry stuff, but just having a regular gaming format that was informative and also funny.
Yeah.
And his brand of humor was always really great and fun for us to watch.
To this day, I've seen every single one of his episodes.
And his Halloween stuff is actually so I love his gaming stuff. His Halloween stuff is actually my favorite though. His what is it? 30 Monster Madness, which he doesn't do anymore, but is so worth going back and watching the archives of like every Halloween religiously.
It's true.
Because it's so good.
Basically,
and he's so educational.
Basically, what he did for, I mean, a good number of years there. I don't know if it was, I forget exactly how many years he did it.
I think it was at least 5.
No! But basically every year he would do the 31 Days of Halloween where he would upload a different horror movie review every single day of October.
Every single day. And sometimes they were, like, they're so good, you guys. If I were to recommend like any content to watch around Halloween, it would be this, because there's like the one year where he did the full retrospective of horror movie history, and you learn just like your mind gets blown in every episode.
It's super fascinating.
It's amazing. But yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, definitely check him out. Speaking of other people to check out, Sarah06 says, Random Encounters reached 1 million and you guys reached 10 million.
Today?
Yay!
No way, did Random Encounters reach?
I don't know if it was today. I actually thought it was like maybe a day or 2 ago.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. I knew that they were getting really close.
Oh, good for them.
But they're awesome guys. We've collabed with them 2-3 times at this point. There was the Monkey, Bendy, and FNAF, right?
Monkey, Bendy, FNAF, and Cuphead.
And Cuphead,
which
that's
is the
right.
most recent one.
That's right.
Where they did. If you want to get a sense of my vocal range, watching the Random Encounters videos are good ways to do it, because the behind the scenes on the Cuphead video that they did, which is awesomely animated, and they did it all by themselves, even though they're not animators. But I do like. Oh no! Shoot! I keep jumping through it. I'm rushing it too much. But
I don't know why.
Stephanie, it's super important that we speed run the candle game, okay? No, but for the Cuphead video, I had to do like a squawks the bird or whatever, and so I do like the baby bird in this super high pitched voice.
Oh yeah.
It was fun.
Matthew also gets pretty nervous every once in a while, not every time, but every once in a while they'll send over like your parts to sing, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, these are really high, or like this is really hard. Like
Bendy was higher than I'm like, oh no, I'm like, can I still do Bendy?
They compose some really legit like tough parts every once in a while. Let's see. Warned Tube G's says, I've been waiting for this for years, and of course it happens 8 days before my birthday. Congrats. Woo woo, and congrats to you on the birthday.
Yeah, congrats on the birthday, friend.
Yeah. Steph, please notice me. It says 2526 Fox / Sonic. You have been totally noticed.
You know, you brought up me getting nervous before the musicals. Speaking of James, the angry video game nerd, he's one who I've never actually been. Oh, that was terrible. James,
that wasn't even close.
Yeah, because it's a rocking ship, and so there's a momentum play here that I keep screwing up. But James, angry video game nerd. So yesterday on the live stream, Steph was talking about me being nervous or fanboying in front of people. And we were talking about that in relation to Good Mythical Morning and Rhett and Link.
No, we were talking about that in relation to the Village people.
Oh, well, that too. So I fanboyed out over the Village people at the Streamy Awards.
And with YouTubers, I was saying you get more nervous, like first day of school nervous,
yes.
Like you want the cool kids to like you.
That is correct. Well, with Angry Video Game Nerd, that one of the reasons why I've never actually introduced myself to him is in large part because he's one of those guys I would be nervous in front of.
Yeah, nervous to talk to James Rolfe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And he's also like,
oh no! Don't crush my candle. Will you crush my candle?
Man. Isabel French says the first episode I saw was Elsa and Rapunzel on Film Theory.
Oh no! Wait. Film Theory first.
I saw it in 4th grade, and now I'm in 6th grade.
Wow!
Oh, congrats on being in 6th grade! Woo! And you must be almost done with 6th grade.
I was gonna say, yeah, everyone's closing up on the end of the school year.
Getting close.
My old high school in Ohio ends its school year about like mid-May.
Yeah. So. Speaking of the history of game theory, but it more extends to the channels in general, one of the things that's been really interesting to see over the years is when we first started Film Theory and first started GTLive, which was the same year, you always saw people who were like, oh, of course I started on game theory, but now maybe I watch some other stuff. Maybe I watch Film Theory, or maybe I watch GTLive or something like that. And more now, we see people who start on all 3 of the channels, like completely differently.
And
they'll be like, I watch Film Theory, but I don't really watch game theory. Or I found you guys through a Markiplier stream on GTLive, and now I watch game theory. Oh, you guys have a film channel too? Like, people come from all different directions.
It is really interesting. We see that especially at VidCon at this point, where back in the day, yeah, it was every single person was like, oh, I watch game theory, I love game theory. And now I get recognized as like, oh, you're the Film Theory guy. Or oh, I watch GTLive religiously. And then, or I started on game theory, but I actually like GTLive a lot better because it feels more, authentic. It's, it feels less produced or whatever.
Yeah. So. Michaela Basil says, I started watching in 6th grade and I'm almost in 9th grade. That's so nice. Not a Dragon says, I don't remember what my first episode was. I've been watching you guys for so long. Katie G03 says, I just remembered I actually saw Film Theory first. It was one of your guys' first Film Theory episodes. And then Frostbite Bito. It's Leet speak. I might not be cool enough to pronounce that correctly. The first game theory was the Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith theory. That was way back. Oh yeah. If you light all the candles in each level, you get a cool secret. Says Absolute Egg, by the way. Well then, just so you know.
As a completionist, I guarantee you that is what I would naturally default to doing. However, in the interest of making sure I move the live stream along and don't continue dying on the same levels, I'll run through it a little bit faster.
Sarah RP says, my first episodes were the Hunger Games theories. I completely adore you guys. I'm so proud of where you've come. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. And those are so fun.
And who knows, maybe Film Theory will be able to get there too.
Yeah, right?
Which would be pretty awesome.
Maybe someday. I know, it's another one where I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Right. Maybe GT left now.
No. It's the thing is, it's also different channels serve different purposes, and I think that's also something we've learned on YouTube is that sometimes it's really the best thing that you can hope for, and the best thing that you want for a channel is to have a smaller, and I don't mean like 2,000 people. I mean like a few million, a couple million, something like that. That kind of community that you feel is really close, really and really they communicate with each other. They're really dedicated. They're really into the content. That kind of thing. And then some other channels work really well where you're like, whoa, 15 million subscribers. It really just depends on what kind of content you make.
Right? Like, actually, I mean, the great thing about GTLive is how
close everybody
this community is.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite parts about it.
Honestly, yeah. EV of Insanity says, I first found you through 8-Bit Gaming. That's pretty cool. WJ Busa says, I've been with you since 2 million. Happy to be here for 10 million. Would be honored to have my first clap and a half. Absolutely.
I know, I'm melting.
It's someone who's been with the channel for 8 million
clap and
subscribers.
A half. Yeah. 8 million. 2 million. So
2 million was a long time ago.
So we did our 500,000. Oh no, it's getting too dark. No, don't die, little candle, no.
Harmad Vash says the first theory I watched was Binding of Isaac. Fun story. That is one of my favorite game theories of all time. The Binding of Isaac theories.
I hit the limit. I melted. My candle melted.
My first episode was How Rich is Luigi? Now I've seen so many good episodes, says Capers. That's awesome. Let's see. I watched Game Theory. Let's see. We have, I've watched Game Theory since I was 14, since I was 18, since I was 16. Awesome. That's awesome. And some of you are 22, 25, or watched Game Theory since I was in college. Now I'm married.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's also pretty crazy to think about. Again, nice and retrospective here today.
No, I know. But we're so nested. We're going soft.
It's one of those crazy things too, where you think about TV shows. TV shows most of them don't last that long. Like a really successful TV show is one that lasts 3 seasons. Like that's really strong for TV. Most die off in a season or 2, and some of the most iconic ones are 10 seasons.
Oh yeah.
And so to last 10 years, that's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
A show 7 years later still existing is just incredible. So
the weird one says, my favorite theory is the Binding of Isaac Rebirth episode. Yeah, again, one of my favorites. I already loved the game. Fun fact, I've memorized the episode, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Anyway, the theory just made it better for my gaming experience. Kitty Gay, I Try Forever says, please do a theory on Coraline, please. I've wanted to do a theory on Coraline for a long time.
Yeah, actually, that's one that has always been on our list, but because, we're trying to cover topical stuff or whatever, and so it's been hard to fit into the schedule. But for some reason, I always forget that we have that one on the list.
Yeah,
we should do that.
I know,
especially as we're trying to come up with some more evergreen stuff. Oh, sorry,
Ooh.
He's discovering
Oh man,
himself.
Wonders what has brought the abandoned ship back to life.
This whole game is just a metaphor for game theory.
I think it is. We're the little candle going through the darkness, just trying not to snuff ourselves out in the process.
Trying not to get drowned under the tons of research around us.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, the books are around us. I think this is all very appropriate.
Right?
Here,
I think so too.
You knew, didn't you, Chris? You weren't just attracted to its art style, were you?
You got me.
Peter Williams says, yo, hey you guys, could you tell Matt, Pat, and Steph and the crew, I'm 16, I'm a cancer patient, and it would be really appreciated if you could let them know. Thanks for all you do. That's really awesome.
Thank you. I mean, and here's I think here's the other thing too, is yes, this is a huge milestone for us. 10 million subscribers, 7 years, that's amazing. I think more so though is messages like that, or when people tweet at us or leave messages where it's hey, or send us emails where it's hey, you helped me with this test, you helped me through this tough time in my life. When we meet people at conventions and they're the show has made me smile, made me laugh, whatever, when I've had a hard time in life.
Helped me pass a test. Whatever it is, whatever that small thing is, it made someone's life a little bit better.
That's the best part of it. Like, the numbers are great, and it's awesome to hit these milestones, and that means so much. But, like, those stories are where it really takes shape. And to know that we've been able to help people out for 7 years is tremendous. I mean, I uploaded that video about from my speech at VidCon Europe like a week and a half ago, because I felt really strongly about it, where I think a lot of creators nowadays, look at the people who watch them and look at the communities that are building around their channels or whatever, and they see them as numbers, and they see them as chances to launch into being a TV star, or launch into, like, here's my book and my merch line and whatever. And like, that's good for them, but at the end of the day, like, and it is good. It's good to see people have success. And you want people to be successful. No, absolutely, and it's not a bad thing to do those things, especially if you're making sure, like, if the primary motivation is, like, what is the added value to the fan, and, like, how is this helping them
my
out?
Audience and stuff,
deepening their relationship, like, and entertaining them or whatever. That's what matters, right? But I felt strongly that a lot of people sometimes kind of look past the value of what it means to actually build a positive community online, and to actually have an impact in people's lives, because you do, whether you're small or big, like, you have an impact on the lives of people around you. And I think that's important to recognize, and it's important to treat that with a level of respect. So anyway,
on a lighter note,
more candles.
Chicken Gaming 000 says, my first episode was...
Boob episode.
Nope. First game theory on Hello Neighbor. I saw Dan TDM playing it and thought someone is weird enough and has so much time on their hands that they put together the lore of the game.
What this game is actually about.
Yep.
Well, that is my niche on YouTube, friends. The one who's weird enough and has, quote unquote, enough time on his hands to analyze all this stuff. That is what I'm here for.
Oh, apparently if you earn all the candles, the second verse of the poem becomes visible.
Oh,
I know. We're really appreciating this. Hey, Skip. Let's see. All right, I'm going to switch over to Twitter.
About time.
At Miprai says, my favorite video is the first theory on FNAF. Not a FNAF nerd, but I'm interested in the lore of games and this, like this and Fallout. Here's to 7 more years. And you are awesome for 10 million subs. That is pretty cool. I remember that first episode on FNAF where you were doing the research on the Chuck E. Cheese, and it was like, this game, I think it might be big. It's getting a lot of attention. It was like, for some reason, this weird little game is getting all this attention. I'm gonna try and do an episode on it to see if it goes anywhere. That was literally the rationale behind it.
Also, it was fan selected too, because everyone was like, we wanted to do a scary theory for Halloween because it was Halloween time, and we're like, hey, do you want us to do Slender, which was kind of past its prime, but it's game theory, and so we're doing stuff like 2 years after it was relevant. But do you want us to do a Slender theory? Do you want us to cover this Five Nights at Freddy's thing that we're seeing pop up everywhere? And on Twitter, it was close.
Yeah,
it was a surprisingly close
It was
poll.
Almost not FNAF.
Yeah, it was almost not FNAF, and then but FNAF won out, and we're like, yeah, this looks interesting. Yeah, let's check it out. And lo and behold,
and the rest is history.
And so it began.
And some would say, then the channel went out. I really like this one. At Mini Socrates on Twitter says, congratulations. As someone who has translated nearly 40 GT episodes at this point, I'm really happy for you and also feel a bit accomplished myself, as you should.
Absolutely.
By the way, any news on what's in store for those who got a theory coin? I got one.
You did?
First of all, congratulations.
Yes!
I'm so glad that someone so deserving and who has helped us so much got one of those theory coins.
That's all.
That's so nice to hear.
Really
makes me really happy too. Hang tight a little bit longer on that theory coin. There is news coming, especially with this milestone. We don't want to give away too much, but there will be stuff in the works with that. So hang tight. And also a huge thank you to you and to anyone who has translated an episode of Game Theory, whether it's just adding English subtitles, whether it's translating it into another language that you speak natively or that you speak well enough to translate one of the episodes. Our episodes are hard to translate. There's math, there's science, it's complicated, there's jokes and puns. They are so hard to translate.
Because we've tested it out too. We've talked to people about potentially translating episodes and this and that.
They are hard.
It's hard because of how many like puns and idioms that we use, which are English specific, and so translating that into a foreign language is really challenging.
If you have done one, thank you so much. If you have done 40, that is incredible. We really appreciate when people translate them. And just so you know, we actually have a system and a process in place now to get those approved quickly, so that people aren't translating them and then it's like 3-6 weeks before before it actually goes up. Like, we have a system in place to get them up almost immediately. So if you have translated one in the past or you're thinking about translating one, first of all, thank you so much. From us dopes over here who don't speak other languages.
Who wish they speak other languages.
Who wish we spoke other languages. And that's so awesome.
The dopes over here who recognizing the importance of speaking a foreign language to your small child who's learning language skills. I'm like shouting at Stephanie's stomach these days, like, Je parle français! Je parle français! Je le parle! Qu'est-ce que tu as? Oui, je le parle. It's the best I got, guys.
Baby, speak another language.
Hey, you know what? At least it's better than Stephanie speaking Latin to it.
I know, right? My Latin does not help here. Maybe we could just play Despacito into my stomach
over and over again.
And K-pop. And maybe the baby will speak other languages just natively.
Je parle français. But yeah, the theory coin stuff. We are working on that. We have an idea of what we want to do with it.
Yeah.
It does have to do with kind of everything that's going on right now with the channel.
Hang tight.
So yeah, it is. There will be news about that.
Yeah, and don't worry. No matter who you are or where you are, if you got one of those coins, there will be a big benefit to have gotten one.
Stephanie, don't teach our baby that grammar.
It won't even be able to speak English.
Yeah, it won't be able to speak French, certainly, but it definitely won't be able to speak English.
Oh God!
Like, if this thing has any chance of any sort of language skill, we need to do better. We must do better. Oh no! Je parle.
Oh jeez. At Ixlar121 on Twitter says, my favorite game theories are the Pokemon ones. Yes, even the Pokemon Go one, and maybe the Mario series too. P.S. Luigi is better.
Luigi is better.
I also really enjoy the science episodes.
Yeah, it's good.
That's great. At Smack Dude says, in my personal opinion, I honestly didn't think the Sans Nessus theory was all that bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. glowing recommendation there. No, I appreciate that. Let's see.
Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. Like, I respect that. Like, only one can be the best, and only one can be the worst. You know.
At Roxy,
so that's fine.
Right. At Roxy 0171, yep. Says, my favorite GT episode was the pregnancy announcement. That was so the less theoretical we can make those theories, the better. I think that's the rule there. Let's see.
Oh look. Our candle is having emotions again.
Oh jeez.
Aren't you?
Would you say he's burning with passion?
He's burning the candle at both ends, and that is himself. If he could become as tall and beautiful,
perhaps he too could illuminate the dark night.
Sorry.
Look at his little legs; they're so cute.
No, I mean, it's cute. It's fine. The art style is to die for.
Isn't it though?
It's beautiful. Man, shimmering beams steered him along as an ominous lighthouse burned ever so strong. See? It was a poem the whole time. You get it? Look, bathed in light, the barge came to life as the little candle searched far and wide. Okay, it still doesn't have it still has a weird rhyme scheme.
It is a little bit strange.
It's still free verse.
At Camera Brad 89 says, my bird laughs when he hears Matt Pat laugh.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But apparently the laugh sounds like Dan from Game Grumps. So
The laugh of the bird?
the laugh of the bird.
Odd.
At
Oddly
Waterwicca 44
specific.
says Matt scaring himself with the air horn was a funny episode.
Oh my
Congratulations
gosh,
on 10 million.
That was a blast. Yeah, in case you missed the air horn episode of GTLive, it's on the GTLive archive channel.
Matthew's ears have suffered permanent damage from it, so you might as well watch it.
Yeah, please do. Don't let my sacrifice go in vain.
At Free at Midnight says, congrats, GTLive. I love all the random singing and show tunes.
Oh, get ready. We're trying to get Miranda Sings on, by the way, talking about random show tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I recently met her doing something. Something secret
Oh, you'll find out soon.
that you'll find out soon about.
Yeah.
But she and I totally bonded over show tunes and our mutual love of Full Monty the musical.
Yeah.
So
And she's good, too, so you got to get her on.
right. Well, she's good. I'm not. So I need the pressure.
Maybe she
the
can give
pressure
you
will
some
be on.
pointers, that's all.
The pressure will be on.
At Stephanie10001 says, congratulations on 10 million. My favorite theory was the one on Life is Strange.
Ooh.
Yeah. At Doug A. Wizard says, happy anniversary, Cody Patrick and Matt Pat. My first GTLive episode live. My favorite was the penis episode.
Yeah, there's some respect for the penis episode.
Episode.
The penis
Episode. At Taken by Music 437 on Twitter says, my favorite GT moments are when Matt Pat was obsessed with Hello Neighbor boxes and defeating them, trying to find something wrong with them and just being proven wrong each time. I also enjoyed the puns. Congrats on 10K. But
yeah, we hit
10,000.
subscribers. Woo!
Let's see. At Naxolio.
It was a long time coming, guys.
At Naxolio says, hi guys, I'm from Chile. I wanted to say that I'm here since Pokemon vs. Creationist.
Ooh, whoa, that's deep cut.
I was finishing college at the time, and now I've seen you guys get to 10 million, and it really feels great.
That's incredible. That's an old one.
P.S. I remember the opening of Game Theory when Matt's head explodes on top.
Yes!
Yes, I liked that one a lot. I was kind of sad that we were...
We got rid of that one.
Yeah.
We had to update it. It was very choppy.
Right?
Because that was one of the ones that was just like animated by me, and I had no clue what I was doing, and so
Open the head up.
so it was super choppy.
At Tarnished Dragon says, the theories where Austin is freaking out about science and yelling at everything are pretty fun to watch. That's awesome. At Izzy Jam says, I absolutely loved Sans Eagles Nest. Oh, that's awesome. But there's an upside down smiley face afterwards.
Everyone's sending these mixed signals.
They're like, I can't really own this, just so you know. If anyone asks, I will not stand by this opinion. At Matrick Pathu on Twitter.
My doppelganger.
Is this your bot?
It is.
Gosh.
It's my bot account.
My favorite game theory is the Legend of Zelda Hookshot episode because
Ooh,
it helped me pass a physics test last year, which was what got me into the channel originally. Congrats on 10 million.
Right, we need Zelda to come up with more ridiculous weapons. Mm-hmm. I know Austin's actually working on a Zelda episode right now.
Yeah.
And I might go back to some Zelda physics someday soon. Because I like me some Zelda. Been a while. Ooh, there we go. Sorry. I had to concentrate for a second. We're getting some intense platforming action with this existential candle.
At Chenjing says, I love all the Star Wars series. I don't care if they're wrong. Congrats.
They're
really fun, even if they are wrong, which they all are, all wrong. Every single one. But they are really fun.
Safe with the light by
sorry.
his side,
Oh.
he approaches the ship.
Oh, are we still playing the candle game? Oh.
We are still playing the candle game, I know. It might come as a
Strange
surprise.
and dark noises fill the air, but the little candle presses
candle-
on.
No, you fool!
What are you doing? He jumped off.
The little candle presses on, and
he gave up.
then gives up.
The little candle was not long for this world. Oh my gosh.
Yeah! Oh man, I beasted
The
level
darkened
2.
world began to glow, nearing the beacon into the unknown. None of these actually rhyme.
One of them did. Look, chapter 2, I beasted. I got all.
Yeah.
I got all that. I feel like this game needs some nightmares, some little nightmares. Right?
Right?
It does needs, or like an enemy.
At Viconia9.
Dramatic storytelling.
At Viconia.
Or just a narrative that anyone would potentially care about.
At Viconia9 says, I remember watching you guys here and there sprinkled around the YouTubes. I finally started watching seriously, fell in love with you guys, and subscribed last fall. I do not regret it one bit.
Yes.
Congrats
Awesome.
on 10 million.
Thanks.
Woo woo. There was this weird like month and a half last year where Matthew was on like 8 different people's YouTube channels, or like there was like a YouTube Red guest appearance. There were like a bunch of collabs. You were on some other rando thing. Like you were everywhere
yesterday?
for like a month. Well, yeah. Yesterday was Good Mythical Morning.
Yesterday was, I'll have you know, Good Mythical Morning and YouTube Creator Insider.
We were on
channel.
YouTube Creator Insider. If you ever wanted to chat about some analytics, people told us that we were too peppy while talking about analytics. That was the complaint that people had about that episode.
Yeah, we
were too happy.
YouTube Insiders like, hey, do you want to help up and coming YouTubers translate their analytics into stuff that they can use on their channel?
We were like, yeah, that sounds great.
And the response was, you guys suck. You're too chipper.
Right? It was like, they're too happy. I was like, you need to be sad and grumpy when talking about numbers.
Or like completely deadpan and boring, because that's the best way to translate, you know.
That's how everyone
math.
likes to talk about math.
Man, to tell you what, when I talk about math, being chipper and happy is not the way to do it.
There was someone who was defending us in those comments.
Really?
It was actually it was really funny. It was just like some person was like, they're too chipper or whatever, and there was just someone who responded who was just like, don't be that guy. I was like, yeah, it was really sweet.
That's funny.
Let's see. At UdXD9, can I get a clap and a half? Also, Austin is kind of cool. More love for the science and Austin. Austin is kind of cool.
He is kind of cool. Although today, again, following Austin's Twitter account, I learned way too much about Austin. Like, way too much about Austin. Today he was talking about, like, him not shaving his groin for a while, and he...
What?
Yeah, yes. Correct.
I'm so glad I missed this conversation. I don't know when this happened.
It was a tweet. It wasn't even like, if it was a private conversation, I would maybe get that. Like, guys talk about strange stuff. I understand talking about your male grooming habits, sure. But Austin talking about, like, you know, hey, I haven't groomed my undercarriage for a spell, and this is how I look. Like, he tweeted out a GIF to represent what his undercarriage now looks like.
Oh my. It's
like, I love you, Austin. You're a great guy. You do good work. It's been a pleasure working with you, buddy. But man, I have learned way too much about you and your anatomy and your sexual preference. Like, I've learned a lot about you.
People who have had series on the Game Theorists channel have traditionally been very open about their sexual lives, preferences, sizes, shapes, dimensions, and
I know
and
a lot
diseases. So we know a lot about the sexual history of everyone who has ever worked on the Game Theorists channel. I don't know if that says something about our ability to blackmail people. Probably not if they're posting it on Twitter anyway.
Right,
so.
that's the thing.
Let's see. On a more serious note, at Perez James R says, hey, I have depression and my parents are splitting up, but you guys are one of the things that helped me and Matt. My family is from Medina, Ohio.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, the depression and your parents splitting up are not awesome.
Some things are less awesome about that, but it is awesome that you watch the channel and that it helps in some way, and that you're from Medina.
And that you're from Medina.
Yep.
I'm sorry about everything else.
That's okay, though.
We will be here for you to continue to interview.
Yeah, the channel's not going anywhere.
And hey, next time I'm in Medina, Ohio, maybe we'll see each other.
Yeah, we'll run into each other. Matthew's favorite places in Medina are the Winking Lizard.
That's not in Medina,
That's
Stephanie.
not in Medina. Okay.
Come on.
What about that?
Like you've never even been there.
Handel's Ice Cream.
Handel's is now in Medina.
There we go.
Handel's
I got that one.
Dan's Dogs.
Dan's
also
Dogs.
in Medina.
No, but Dan's Dogs changed ownership.
Which has made it less appealing.
Anymore.
On Tap.
On Tap. That's a good one.
I like their burgers I like their burger deals and chicken deals on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also things like Buffalo Wild Wings. I love me some good wings.
Oh, there we go.
As evidenced by my birthday stream where Stephanie got me a taste test of a bunch of hot wings.
That was the whole premise behind that. At Luna7295 says, I teach in a high school and our statistics class uses your Hunger Games theory and have an assignment around it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
I mean,
awesome.
It maybe less awesome for the students.
Yeah,
you know.
That's okay.
But no, I'm glad. Circle, square, triangle. No, and anytime someone says like, "Hey, we used your episodes in game or in school," that's always really cool.
Yeah.
Too. Where it's like, "Oh, good, we're educating."
Right? Let's see.
This game, man. This art style is just to die for. Man. So beautiful.
At MN Theorist, another one, who found us through Film Theory. Congrats on 10 million subs. I found you guys through Film Theory last year and have been subbed to all 3 channels for about 6 months. Your theories are amazing and make me laugh, even when I don't think it's possible. That's pretty awesome.
It's good to hear.
Let's see. I believe the first video that got me interested in your channel was the Chrono Trigger retelling the Bible episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's been great watching you guys grow over time. I love the live show too. Super proud. Says Wraith Morn.
Awesome.
Just so you know, whenever you get to the end of this or this level or so, we're probably at a good point to cut the stream for today since we have to run. Let's see. Hey, yo, my dad is from Medina, Ohio, however you spell it. Says at Wild Tornado 0W0.
Is he really from Medina, Ohio? Can this be believed?
At Misto Gun for the win says, hi guys, I'm here since the Star Fox Barrel Roll episode. Loved it and stuck to watching every single episode since then. That's a deep cut.
That's episode 14
Yep.
or 17. I still remember, especially back in the early days where I kept count of them all.
Oh yeah.
At this point, how many?
Are we over?
Oh no, we're definitely over 200.
We're over 200, but
I think we're at 220.
Yeah,
something like
ish. Which is again so funny because there are the channels that release daily or release several times a week, or even the Markipliers of the world or Jax, or Game Grumps who are more than one a day. They're in the thousands and thousands of episodes.
Game Grumps at this point are anywhere between 2 and 4 sometimes a day, or it seems like within a 24-hour period. So.
At Average Storm says, I've been a subscriber since the Link is Dead theory and have been in love with the channel ever since. Thank you so much for all that you guys have done. I love you all. Thank you. That's so awesome.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Seriously, and I'm glad. One of the best things, honestly, about having the live stream has been not only getting to just hang out with you guys, but to share these moments. Because here's the thing: without the live stream, we would have been slowly sitting, or we would have been quietly sitting at our computers.
Being like,
I'm working on researching an episode right now. But yeah, that's exactly what it would have been. Been yay, all right, back to work. And so being able to take some time with you guys and share memories or favorite episodes or things like that is really awesome. Can I get past this?
Yeah. At Adele Smythe says, I subscribed 5 years ago. At that moment, I almost didn't speak English, to be honest. But now I'm at a university for translation, English, Russian, Spanish. And though now I'm more of a GTLiver, I'm still watching every Game Theory and Film Theory episode. That is awesome. At Jorge Conte 98 says, my first episode, I think, was the Sociopath Mario one. Saw the first Film Theory and the first stream. I don't watch that often, but I've always been happy and proud to be part of the community. And I'm still waiting for the trigonometry episode. At Wither the Witch says, congrats. I've been a fan since the Portal episode, and it's been my favorite since then, and second, the hook shot. I even converted my family to watching it.
Yes!
At Chaseo says, I've been here for a long time. My favorite theory is the Undertale theory, lol, JK. It was the Portal one, but the Undertale one is not horrible.
Horrible. I love it. Should I just a candle? Oh well. I will not. Sorry, Steph. I know you're going to be disappointed by this.
I'm-
I may not have completed the poem on this one.
I'm really definitely disappointed. At
Sorry.
Willow Joe Gamer says, your GT video on Fortnite was #1 on trending. This has been a really awesome last 24 hours.
It's been pretty
you guys.
I mean, this...
To have any gaming video on trending is also pretty, like, rare
Right?
these days.
And to be #1.
To be #1 on
to
trending.
have the 7-year anniversary and to cross 10 million subscribers. Like,
This has been an amazing day.
It's been an amazing 2 days, honestly. And it's been an amazing 7 years. Like we said, it's been some really low lows, but some really, really high highs. And so thank you guys for being there with us, you know, whenever you joined. You know, for some of you who joined way back in episode 1, 10, 17, you know.
And if it was episode 50 or 70 or 150 or 170.
Or hey, welcome, new Fortniters.
Yeah, hey.
Welcome to the nerdier side of YouTube. Glad you can join us. We I can't wait to share you on our spiffy new diamond play button.
Right. We are really excited. We're really happy and humbled, and I think
and you know, 7 years later, we're still like the channel is stronger than it's ever been.
Yeah, honestly.
And
I don't think I think that's one of the things I'm most excited and sort of proud of for a channel that's 7 years old to be like, this is the strongest that this channel has ever been. I think is pretty rare
and strong
and a testament to the community.
Yeah, and strong in different ways too. Yeah. Where, you know, suggested video traffic, you know, on back uploads has like disappeared because that's just how YouTube functions these days, which means that you have to churn out more stuff, which is hard, and that's hard for us. But it's one of those things that, like, thanks to you guys watching episodes, thanks to the awesome team here who helps support us and helps, you know, allows us to focus on the work that we have to do to make that stuff happen. It's an accomplishment for everyone.
Thanks to Skip for ruining everything.
Thanks, Skip.
Thanks, buddy.
For earning his own cat food.
Yeah, for earning his own cat food.
That was nice.
For that 30-second video.
So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys, seriously, for for sharing this milestone with us, for helping us reach this milestone, and, you know, who knows? Next up, Ruby play button.
What?
No.
Is this becoming Pokemon? What are you doing?
No, that's the PewDiePie thing that they sent him for 50 million subscribers.
Oh, that's right.
I
that's
am under no, like,
it's all right.
10 million was like the stretch goal.
We're good.
But hey, if 40 million more of you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. Thanks so much.
That's good just in general.
That'd be great.
But we're not worried about the trophy. It's fine.
Yeah, that one. Hey, if it happens, phenomenal. Thanks. We'll delete the channel at 50 million. Right? Wasn't that what he was going to do?
Yeah, sure.
There it is. There it is.
Sure.
Only 39,995,000 to go, ladies and gentlemen. We can do it. 40 million more. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for celebrating with us.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Pacific time.
And there will be lots more 10 million subscriber celebrations coming up
over the next couple weeks.
We will probably have an actual 10 million subscriber celebration live stream. We're going to have some specials of other kinds of videos on this channel. So there's more celebration and partying to come because we are so excited.
Yeah,
we're so proud of this community, and we're just really stoked.
In the meantime, though, if each of you can tell 1 million of your closest friends to subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Pacific time for a game that is slightly more eventful, maybe less beautiful of an art style.
I know, it probably will not be as pretty.
Probably not as pretty, but probably more engaging. Let's be honest. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you then. And remember, that's just a stream. A live stream. Thank you for 7 incredible years.
We love you, Jason, for picking this game. But
I think this might have been Chris's
you crazy
choice.
nut. What are you thinking?
Chris, was this your choice?
We can blame Jason. It's fine.
Yeah, we can blame Jason.
Okay, we'll blame Jason then. Cool.
Let's look at mine in the chat. Purpleon says, bye.
Prince Goosty7 says, bye, I love you.
Austin Duncan says, bye, guys. See you tomorrow for another stream. Congrats.
Purple on. Bye. Bye.
Damien says,